Why am I reading this? Chapter 5 by Chris Tovani. Lisa, a varsity cheerleader and honor student, had her own concept of what a good reader should be. She thought that to make a great reader, a person should be able to read as fast as they could, and that ended up causing her great trouble shortly after she started learning from her teacher. Lisa complained that she had to slow down because everything the teacher was asking her to do was requiring her to think, and to her that seemed to be a problem. Lisa's story brings out a problem that many teachers often face when teaching their students: the purpose of reading. For many students, purpose setting has been overlooked as part of the model instruction and guided practice that are critical to strategic reading. Tovani found a good way to solve this problem in her classroom by giving her students a weekend assignment of explaining the purpose of a piece they had done. She was able to show them how to see purpose in what they were reading. Jay read and found purpose for something as simple as a movie listing. Meanwhile, Raja looked for answers in an article about shark attacks. Another problem us teachers will encounter will be something similar as what Molly, a third-year English teacher, went through in her classroom. Molly was teaching a specific book for the third time and realized that the teaching of the topics in the books became harder as she got more acquainted with the text. Often enough, if we know a topic in depth, we may get confused about what is essential and what can be left out. Molly knew the book so well that she was having trouble deciding what to teach and what to leave out. The problem she was having was choosing the essential part of the instruction, and there are actually many solutions to the situation Molly was facing. One great tool used in this case is the instructional purpose worksheet, where we can break down an assignment into the priority topics we must cover and leave out what may not really be essential in the teaching. For example, by giving our TESOL students a song passage, we may use the instructional purpose worksheet to break down the important information we must teach them. Another good idea is to keep renewing our material so we have a set of fresh eyes, and so we are able to teach our students the essential parts only. Other ideas involve helping students hold their thinking by asking them to summarize content, encourage them to ask questions, thus helping build meaning and reason in the reading, and model instruction to students when inferring on the information in order for them to understand the goal of the reading. Tovani brings out a very important question. Who sets out our curriculum, and what information do we need to bring into the classroom? The truth is that the curriculum can be more flexible than we think, and we teachers need to focus on the essential information and also focus on the purpose of our readings. If we don't help students pull out essential information by giving them a purpose for their reading, they will often get lost in the extraneous details. When we share a clear instructional purpose, we give our students a lens through which to read the piece. Eventually, they can start bringing meaning into their reading on their own without us teachers having to generate a list of purposes for them. Our students will find meaning in the readings based on the skills they acquired in the classroom. When students perceive a text to be boring or difficult, setting a purpose will help them through the read. Some ways of determining possible purposes are asking questions about the piece, looking for the author's opinion and compare them with your own, make connections with the piece. Also, help students turn their reciting voice off and turn their conversation voice on. Often, when students' reciting voice is on while they read, they are not engaged in the reading and easily wonder about other topics. However, when students turn their conversational voice on, they interact with the author and may easily find a purpose in the text they are reading. If students can learn to recognize the difference between their reciting voice and their conversational voice, they will know when they are no longer making sense. Conclusion: be selective about what kids read. If it's not important, don't assign it. For example, though good readers reread, slow down, and reread again when necessary, they may also skim, skip, and scan text continually if it suits their purpose. Be specific about your instructional purpose because it will help your students determine what is important, and it will determine also how they read the material. Decide and explain to your students what they will do with the reading. It will help them consider what they will do with the information after they read it.